Hey, you guys. Hey, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Mission for Mental Health. I am your host, Jackie Robinson. Oh, I'm so glad that y'all are here with me today. Boy, when I tell you I found me a blast from the past, baby, I found me a blast from my past. It's so funny because when I was just talking to her, I'm like, oh my God, Mimi, I feel like I haven't seen you since like the 8th grade. So that means if I have somebody on from the 8th grade, that means I got somebody from the home state of California. Whoop, whoop, turn up, west side, turn up, west side. But yeah, so I've been following her and I've been watching her on social media and looking at the things that she's been posting, some things that have just started happening for her in her life and some new revelations that she's had. And I was like, Jackie, because sometimes I'll be talking to myself and I talk to myself because I figure who else better to talk to than yourself, because I give myself the best advice. I'm lying, but I do talk to myself. But anyway, I was like, oh my God, let me reach out to Mimi and see if she would like to be a guest on the show. She has like an amazing story. We haven't talked since we were kids, so it's been a while. So I'm just gonna bring her on. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Typically, I do the whole introduction, but I think that I've kept her in the waiting room long enough. So I'm just gonna bring her to the stage, y'all. I'm just gonna bring her to the stage. Hold on. Here she come, y'all.
I love the energy, girl. Thank you.
Girl.
Thank you for having me. Oh, wow.
I'm so excited that you're here sharing with us this evening. Y'all leave some comments in the comments and, wave and say hey and all that good stuff. Because, baby, girl, we haven't had a conversation since we were kids.
I know. People are like, I said, do you remember her? That's Jackie from school. Yep, I remember. I said, well, she saw my video that it was heavy on my heart, that I told myself, do a video, don't do it live, because you might mess up and you might forget things. Just do it once. And I did the video just one time and posted it because it was heavy. My spirit told me to say something.
And let me tell you something. To me, it's best to do it live. And you know why I like live? I don't care about messing up. It's genuine. Like, okay, so you messed up. What you think? Somebody gonna text you, be like, girl, I saw your video and you messed up. You know
what? I got thick skin, so it wouldn't bother me. I just said, you know what? When I do that on Facebook, I am not a techie. So I told myself, you know what? I don't feel like answer those questions about 30 days. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do a video and not do it live. So the video is better. And now I have to worry about if it's going to stay for 30 days.
Yes. And so I see Kathy is saying hello. Is that Kathy?
That's red.
Kathy. That's red. Is that redheaded Kathy? Hey, girl. Look, I ain't seen Kathy since the 8th grade either. But thank goodness for social media, because of social media, I see like y'all every day. I feel like I see you guys every every day,
Right.
like, I mean, we're grown-ups now, but I feel I'm so thankful for social media because I really feel like I see you guys I know everything that's going on in y'all lives that y'all want to share with people and things like that, the good, the bad, the ugly, the fake, whatever. Because people just put on there what they want you to know. So wow, hey Kathy girl. So she said my bestie. So y'all still talk.
Girl, yes.
Oh,
I made sure I sent her the flyer. I text her and everything. Yes. She said,
that's
"Oh yeah, I'm
amazing.
gonna watch that show." Yep.
Yeah, so you got to have your old school crew. I still have my old school crew.
I
I
know you
still
do.
I still do. Tara, Demita, Lynn.
Yep.
I still have my old school crew. Absolutely. So when we're
That's
trying to
my
do
cousin
like a
Vanessa.
reunion every year, and we did
Yes.
one back in May, and it was I hope we are able to all get together again this year. So yeah, so
I
you
love
getting
you
some
too,
love on
Vanessa.
here. Yes, you getting some love. I love this.
Oh, my Aunt Sandy.
Hey,
Hi. Girl, I
Auntie.
told you after I texted you last night, Jackie, I went ahead and probably sent out 20 more.
Awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
she's Auntie Sandy. Hey,
Mhm.
Auntie Sandy. So yeah, but it'll be here. So your people who weren't able to watch live, they can
Right.
always go back and watch live. But we're gonna jump into the song. So for my people who watch and who don't know who you are, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Mimi Franks. Like she said, I knew Jackie since, man, elementary school, Jackie. Man, it's been
Middle
a long
school.
time. She lived up the hill.
Davis.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Cali people we say junior high school, but
Right.
here in the dirty South, they call it middle school
Middle
because they
school.
do sixth, seventh, and eighth grade here.
That's
So
right.
we
They
just
do.
had seventh and eighth grade. Yep. So we
Right,
met
right.
at Caroline Davis Junior High School.
Yes, yes. Long time ago.
Yep.
She reached out to me because I posted a video. My 50th birthday, my Uncle Chris, my Aunt Sandy's husband, found I've been wanting to know my father. I've been searching for my father all my life. Since the day I was told the man who raised me wasn't my father. But that's my
Question
dad.
for Quick
That's
question for you. How
right.
old were you when you were told that the man who raised you was not your biological father?
I was in elementary school and I couldn't tell you exact age, but I do remember I was at Christopher. I do
Oh,
remember
I went
that
to
part.
Christopher too.
Yeah, so yeah, it was Christopher. I do
Mhm.
remember that. And I remember seeing school papers when I used my dad's name, Ricks. Then all of a sudden I was using Walker. So I don't know, is the school was telling my mother she needs to use Walker because I saw school papers saying Mimi Ricks. Then all of a sudden it was saying Mimi Walker. And then I was just like, interesting. So I wasn't
Right.
still in elementary school when this was told to me. And that was
Wow.
confusing for a kid, right?
Absolutely.
Because then I had all
Absolutely.
these questions. Because I'm going to
Absolutely.
ask questions. I'm always going to ask questions. Hey,
Absolutely.
Auntie Teresa. And my Uncle Gary, my mom's brother, Uncle Gary. So
Yes.
I since then I had questions, not have answers. So of course, as a little girl, these questions came about. Then questions of, did he love me? Why he didn't reach out to me?
Yeah.
But I always watch those TV shows or talk shows. They find their sibling or their father, and I always wanted to say, I wish that was me
Yeah.
because I always wanted to know him, regardless what happened to him and my mother. I'm a part of him, not just him. He came with brothers and sisters.
Right.
I have his brothers and sisters, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins. Found out I have siblings,
Wow.
and I miss them. I miss a lot, and that phone call, and I remember my children took me for my 50th birthday, the quarantine 50th birthday, by the way. My Aunt Sandra called me. She said, your Uncle Chris found your sister. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Even though I wanted to hear, he found your father. I didn't get that phone call, but I got the next best thing.
Absolutely.
So I couldn't wait to get home to give her a call and found out she's my younger sibling, my younger sister.
Right.
And I called her up and we're talking and talking, getting information. Found trying to find out how many other siblings I had. And
Yeah.
then she told me about my aunt's name. She gave me my aunt's name. That's how I got to talk to my aunt. But I searched, I didn't get the telephone number or anything like that. I Googled my aunt on the internet.
So question. So your aunt Sandy, right?
No, my aunt Dolores,
Your aunt
my
Dolores. Okay,
father on the father's side.
your aunt Dolores found your sister.
So I'm so sorry. The question is, my aunt Sandra's husband, Chris Norwood, found my sister Nita.
Okay. All through this social media thing, right?
I don't know how he found. I never did ask him. I said he found him some way. My uncle Chris can find people. He's really good, very smart man. He found him
So
somehow on the
I
internet.
need his phone number. So when I'm at work and I got to find these people to bring to court, I'm going. I need more to help me find these
Right,
people.
right.
So let me ask you this: so you were enrolled in school under a different name at Christopher, and then it got changed to Walker.
I've been starting using Walker at a certain time. Yeah.
So the original name, was that mom's name, or was that stepdad's name, or was that
My dad, my stepdad was my dad, so it was my dad. My
your
stepdad's
stepfather's
name.
name? Okay, so he is daddy. He
He is
basically
dad. He's my
absolutely
dad.
absolutely. And we not, of course, not gonna, but okay, so your name gets changed to his name, which is Walker.
My father's name, but
Yes, which
the
is changed
man,
to Walker.
my
And as
father's
you
name
mhm.
on my birth certificate is Walter Walker. Yes.
Okay, so as you're going through, elementary school, middle school, high school, you always knew. Were you in a position? Was the relationship okay to where you can ask your mom about your biological father, or was it like, look, these are the things, you know how we do. This your daddy. Don't ask us no questions. What and
It was. I think it was hard for me to ask those questions.
was it hard for you to ask the questions?
No, because I wanted to know.
Okay.
This is my. I feel that was my right to know.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know what happened. Why you didn't come and reach out to look for me. Um, those type of things.
Right.
So she said, I think this is his social security number. I tried that 1-800 search. They couldn't even find him. But I was older then. But by that time, come to find out, my father already passed away. My father passed away when I was 23 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So when I did 1-800 search, he was already gone. He already passed away.
Gone.
Yeah.
So you were able to connect with your sister, which is his daughter.
Right.
Correct. Did she have a relationship with your dad? Was she able to tell you about we'll call him your biological father, so we don't get Mr. Walker confused with your biological father. So did she get an opportunity to grow up with him, and was she able to share anything about him, or did they all just grow up with their mom?
My understanding, her mother, and she also had a brother, but he passed away, so I missed that opportunity. My understanding, I believe she said her mother was married to my dad for a while, but I don't know how long.
Right.
Was he there in the household? I don't know how long.
Okay.
But yes, she did have some type of relationship more than I had.
So yeah, so she was able to share, some of his personality with you.
Yeah, but we all have his. Even though I wasn't raised with this man, I have his personality as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your aunt finds your sister. You connect with your sister, correct?
One of my
and
sisters.
then you all are getting ready to meet.
Well, it took 3 years. I was in a position now that I said, it's time, because my aunt Dolores, she's 81 years old, and I was afraid that it's getting time, right? I need to go see her because I'm getting scared because she's been sick this past year, and I took Christmas break to go see them, and I had a relationship with my aunt the last 3 years on the phone, talking to her, asking questions, getting to know her and her husband, and then texting cousins, or I got another sister's name just a few weeks before I got back from Aruba. Another sister called me, said, "Hey, I'm your sister. I got your number from cousin Felton." So I was talking to her before I led up to going to see them. Yes.
Yeah. It's a blessing. Hold on 1 second. I need a fan. Boy. This the part that they left off.
And also, I have, I counted about 10. I have 10 other or 9 other brothers and sisters. One brother, the rest are sisters. So when I got to Louisiana, I was able to meet some of them. Unfortunately, a few of them have passed away.
Yeah.
So that hurts because that's the part that hurts the most.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to see these people. Maybe they're my spirit guide, but I have a sister that I favored a lot, and I saw pictures of her. Another sister, we all got the same smile, the nose.
I was just getting ready to ask you. So how many of y'all look alike?
We all got something of him. I mean,
yeah,
the smile, you can't pass up the smile or the personalities. It was amazing. When I went to New Orleans or Kentwood, Louisiana, where my aunt lives, it was freaking amazing just meeting with these people I have not ever met.
Absolutely.
Because looking at them, besides my children or my mom, I looked like somebody else. And we all got something that looked like.
Yeah.
And that was amazing for me. And I needed that. But of course, I'm not 100% like glued together because I'm still healing about the things that I missed
out. Do you think not being able to know who your biological father was had an effect on how you maneuver through life with relationships?
100%. Especially the men that I chose in my life.
How so?
Man, it's hard to explain because I can just feel it, just like the men in my life. I chose, man, like an antenna was broken, I understand now, right? When I'm healing and growing up, getting older, but in my younger days, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I could understand. I do understand that.
Yeah.
I felt abandoned
because initially what you said when we first started talking was, how come you didn't come look for me? How come you did not come look for me?
Yes, abandonment.
Did he know about you?
He knows about me. Yes,
he knew.
And what felt good is one of my sisters said, "Daddy said I had a sister in California." That made me feel good because that means he thought about me.
He thought about you. It's a hard thing. This recently happened to my mom. My mother she's in her 80s, and she finds out in her 80s that the man who raised her ain't even related to her.
Wow.
All this time, we always say that she looks like him and everything. Man, he's no blood to us.
Wow.
And we find out that, the guy who was raised as her brother was actually her father. Now, keep in mind, my mother was born in 1937. And she ended up having, just like you, a lot of siblings that she thought were her nieces and nephews. They all have kids. I mean, they're all out in Oakland. Everybody's in Oakland and Berkeley. But that robbed all of us, her children, because we don't know anybody.
Right.
Because of the family secrets. And that's what I titled this show, revealing I can't remember the exact title that I used, but it's about revealing family secrets and how it can be hurtful. But at the time, women do what they know to do.
Which I was explaining. Yeah.
We do what we know to do. Right. It might not be right, but and I don't know it's two sides to every story. When it comes to a relationship, you can only get your mother's side. So you don't know your father's side as to why, what happened with them and what made him, not be able to raise his daughter. But once your mom found someone she felt is going to raise my child, that's her daddy. And we don't really think about how that can affect us later on. You see it all the time, especially now with 21 and Me, I think it's called,
No, the
ancestry.com.
23andMe. Yes, yes.
Child, we out here looking for all kind of people.
I
We out
know.
here looking for all, and then sometimes when we find things, we're like, okay, oh shit, what did we do? We have
Exactly.
opened up a whole can of some explaining for somebody to do. That how do you get that person to explain that without, because people keep secrets because they either don't want to hurt somebody or are too embarrassed to tell what really happened. It's basically what it is.
All of that above. Yep.
But in the end, you'll find with a lot of, absolutely, Ramona, secrets don't serve anyone. Someone always gets hurt.
Yes, Ramona.
You'll find in the end that once the secret comes out, after everyone is done with the embarrassment and the shame, it's shame. We're a proud culture. We're a
Yes, we
proud
are.
culture.
Yeah.
So the last thing we want is to look shameful to anybody, especially our children. We're a proud culture, but it's looking like in a lot of situations that once the secrets come out, that people are kind of like, oh Lord, I'm so glad I gotta keep that secret anymore.
What a relief. Right.
What
Let
a
it
relief.
out.
And I'm sure your mom is probably feeling like, what a relief. I'm glad she got some resolution, and is able to meet some of her family. But how does it affect your mental health? Knowing you have, well, let me ask you this first. Do you have siblings with your mom?
No, my mother, I was the only child.
Only
But
child. Okay.
I have, when she married my dad, I have my sister and brothers.
Okay.
So I have my sister.
You have, okay.
I have my brother. Yep.
Yep. So dad came in with a couple kids, so those were able to be siblings for you.
Yes.
But how did it affect you when you realized you had 10 siblings that you didn't get a chance to meet?
If that's the number, because we don't know. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
He was a Rolling Stone. I didn't want to say it. I was gonna let you say it first, but I won't be talking bad about nobody daddy.
But what it is, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My understanding, a couple of people, older people, my daddy was a good looking man. He was something else. And I've seen, I can picture that.
You can picture.
Hey,
You can look at yourself,
for the first time. Beautiful woman. Even when her older age, one of those pictures I showed on Facebook, her legs crossed, I saw she was sassy then too. Beautiful lady. Yeah. So I felt wonder, like I said, meeting them, it felt good. One, we dress alike. All right, our personality. I got out the car. I said, "Ooh, she got plaid. I love wearing plaid. She had plaid on." And then one time I was taking a picture with my other sister, Carolyn. She's, "I got that shirt." And then she brought her jacket out. I said, "I got that, 2 of those jackets." So we have the same jackets, right? And then the other sister, we got the same personality. Like, yeah. And the other one, the mean spirit, I could tell my younger sister, she ain't no joke. So we all got something. And then my aunt looked at us and she could just picture my dad and picture of us and all of us.
Yeah. It's a blessing, even though it was, it came later in life.
And for a reason, right? We can't, I wouldn't wish it to rewind and go back.
God's
it happened
plan.
For a reason. It happened for a reason. It happened just in time. I guess I can't think that, but I can say it hurts because I had a brother that died, 2 sisters that died that I would never get to meet.
Does that it's hurt. It is hurtful. Have you been able to express the pain that you feel? Because we all see it. It is probably going to take a lot of healing
Yeah.
Have you been able to express the pain that you feel with your mom?
No.
Are you
I
afraid?
invite her. I invited her to this, but I don't know if she knows how to work it. Because my mom's 75. But
Yeah.
she knew how I felt about him, but I didn't like talking about him because she talks bad about him, and I don't like talking about him with her. I don't want to hear
Um,
it. I don't want to hear the bashing. I don't want to hear her talking. I just don't want to hear it. It is what it is, and I understand things didn't work out,
yeah.
but I did it for me. And I didn't need, it didn't have to be a relationship with him. I could have had a relationship with my grandmother. She died 20 years ago. It'd be 20 years in March.
Yeah.
I could have had a relationship with her.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be 30 years in March that my dad died. I could have
Yeah.
had some type of something with my grandmother.
Yeah.
And that's the
You have
part that
to
hurts the most.
you have to remember that when she's bashing your biological father, it's her experience.
Yes, that's why my sister told
Her
me. My sister
experience.
Danya,
And
she devil
he has
advocate. She
one
told me,
too.
yeah,
He has an experience too. But we unfortunately are not able to know what his experience was.
right,
But clearly he was out there.
yeah,
So she has an experience, and her experience with him is not good.
no, it wasn't.
And so in order to have that conversation with her to really express how you feel, you have to let her have her own experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I know you don't want to hear negative things about your father, but it's her truth.
yeah.
It's her
You're
truth.
absolutely right. And I always say that that's her truth.
It's
And
her truth.
yeah,
You
you're
can't
right.
take you can't make her feel how you can't make her feel how you feel,
Right.
about a man that you don't know. She know that man, and we
Yeah,
don't know how long she was with that man. We don't know what that man did to her, said to her, treated her.
right.
Was he there when you were born? Did he sign the birth certificate? Did he give her child support? Did he get her pregnant and another woman pregnant that you don't know about and hit the road? Come on now, you know how these jokers can do.
Oh, well, yeah.
But these are her experience. This is her experience.
Right,
So, you got to let her have, in order to get to the meat and to the sauce, to heal with your mom, you got to let her, if she want to call your dad, want to call him, that's fine. That doesn't mean that that's what he is or could have been for you, because that's not the picture you want of him,
right,
right? I clearly was not perfect, but you have your own interpretation that you're able to gather from your siblings that
right.
that got to know him, through time. So, I don't know. Personally, for me, difficult things that have happened in my life that are centered around my mom, they go into the grave. They just going. That's just for
Right.
me. But my mother's also almost 87 years old.
Thank you, Dominique. Yes, that's my cousin.
My mother's also 87 years old. So for
Mhm.
me, there's absolutely no way I'm going to, you did this, you did that, you did this, you treated me like this. Not at 87. And she downstairs.
Right.
So for me, mine is I have to talk to a therapist about mine. Mine's going to the grave. But for you, your mom's in your 70s. My siblings are in their 70s. So to me, I feel like 70s is not old. But for your healing,
Thank you,
even if
Kathy.
you just wrote a letter and read it to yourself
Right,
and expressed the hurt that this secret has caused, you are entitled to that. You're entitled to feel everything you're feeling right now. And I know I brought you on because I know you're not by yourself. I just told you my
right.
mother went through this in her 80s. Like, you just found out in your 80s that your grandma, the lady who you thought was your grandmother, is really your the lady who you thought was your stepmama is really your grandmama. The guy that you thought that was your daddy was her husband. This man, you took care of him till he died. no kin to you at all, no blood. The blood was the person that was your brother. That was
Right.
really your daddy, you know? So there are so many people that are going through what you are going through at your age and younger.
Right.
And younger. Because everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. Let's see. Oh, my memers, my loving arms are holding you right now. That who's that? Kathy? Yes.
Yes,
That's
Kathy.
your bestie. I
Yes.
should just rename her Bestie on here. Yeah. So for quick commercial, y'all that are watching, can you all do me a huge favor and hit the like button? Hit this like, subscribe, and share if you can. But all of you, if you can right now, hit the like button for me right quick. Please. Thank you. Always got to throw a little commercial in there because we be so involved in the conversation that folks forget housekeeping rules. We got to grow this thing. But I brought you on because I feel that people can resonate with your story. So now that all of this has happened,
right.
You know, one day you and mom may or may not have this conversation, and it's, you know, it's definitely the ball is in your court. You had 10 brothers and sisters, a father, grandmother, missed out on grandma, missed out on dad, missed out on some siblings. You got a couple left. Heartbreaking, absolutely. So how are you coping through all of this? What does Mimi do to, this is a big bucket. This is heavy.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, I wouldn't know how to go about it because it's not my story, but it's other people's story. It's a lot of people's story. How do you maneuver through it?
I try to stay busy. One, I'm busy with my grandson. Two, busy with my work. I took myself to the movies, but I stay still connected. I'm staying connected with my sisters, most definitely. And we're planning, so we want to plan like a family reunion so they can meet my sister Danya and my brother Junior. We're planning on some type of family reunion barbecue type thing, but yet my sister Tracy's birthday is coming up. She wants to do something. So I'm planning we're trying to plan stuff because I'm not going to stop keeping in touch.
Absolutely.
Because I think it's, you know, it's good for my children to meet them too, as well. Because I took this trip alone because no one else could take the time off like I did.
Right. That was my next question.
Right.
How do your children feel about this whole situation? Because they know grandma and grandpa.
Right.
I don't know the other people.
Right. They were happy that I did this. People. Right. They were so happy I did this because it was time, because they know how I feel, right? How I feel about not knowing my other side of my family. Even my grandbaby wrote me a card for my 50. He knows I'm 53 now. He put it in the card, but he knew how I feel about my father. And he said something, I hope you feel better about your dad, something like that. In the card he wrote to me, because he's such a good little boy, such caring, and it's going to take time to heal about not be able to meet him, but I know he's going to probably come to my dreams, my dad.
Yeah.
My children are happy that I finally was able to do this.
Yeah.
And now I want them to meet my family.
Absolutely.
and my Jakari, and I wanted to take Jakari with me because I have little cousins his age.
Yeah.
I have nephews Jakari age for him to meet that I'm excited for him to meet. So I have a sister that had a lot of kids. I hope she's watching. She got 4 little boys. Well, 3 of them close to Jakari's age, and my sister Nita. And I want him to meet them. She has boys. So I was always been told family is important. Well, this is important. I want my children to meet. You know, we were one of my sister and I both have children born in October, same year. That year my dad died. So we have all this connection. One is born the 10th of October, and or the 12th, no, the 10th, and Kimberly was born the 19th. So it's like we were pregnant at the same time. The same day our dad passed away. I believe Nita, I believe she had a daughter earlier in that, or a child earlier that year in 94. So 94 was that year my father died, and we all had children that year. So we had some weird connections. So yeah.
My dad died in 94 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad died in 94. Yeah.
I remember your dad.
Huh?
I remember your father.
Girl, you remember that fool? That thing was crazy.
Yes, he was. He was fun. He was funny, girl. Yes.
Oh, that thing was a handful. Are you the oldest?
No, I'm from
from biological dad. Are you the oldest?
No, I'm not. I have about 4 older than me.
Oh.
About 4 or 5 older. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing his thing. Yeah, that's amazing. Definitely family reunions. I think all that was this. Is Mr. Walker still here with us?
No. You talking about my dad? You talking about my biological father? No, he passed away.
No.
His father, my grandfather. No, my understanding, I believe my aunt said he died in a car accident when she was a little girl.
Okay.
So then she didn't have any pictures. I didn't get able to do that. So my grandmother had 8 kids,
right?
And my aunt
now
is the last living.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Now, is your dad still alive? That's your biological.
No, my dad passed away 2009.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, and he knew that you were always looking for your biological as well.
He knew I wanted to, yes.
Yeah.
But he was my dad, right? My dad who gave me away at my wedding, who taught me how to drive a car, who bought me my first 40. He was my dad.
Wait a minute, hold
on.
I'm sick. Huh? So for those who don't know, are you referring to your first 40 of Old English?
40 Mickey's Big Mouth.
Mickey's Big Mouth. Okay, yeah, Mickey's Big Mouth. Mickey's stomach toe up. Yes.
That's the dad who I was so lazy that can you take me to school because I didn't want to walk up that hill. I mean, that was my dad, right? He was there. Or going to Christopher for those little pageant things and Kermit the Frog on my hand. That was my dad over Rick. That was my dad. So yeah.
I had one of those as well. Yes. I had my first Coors when I was about 6, maybe.
Right.
7. Yeah. Yeah. My dad used to be like, yeah, just go open you one and open me one up too. Yeah. I know. You do that stuff nowadays, everybody be wanting to take you to jail. No, my daddy had me drinking at a nice good age.
Right.
My daddy had me drinking at a good old ripe age of 7. I know. It's amazing. How do you think? I know I asked you before, but I was going to get you to try to elaborate a little bit more. Okay. How do you think the absence affected your dating? And when did you notice it was affecting your dating? Were you
when I got older? When I
teenager, older?
Oh no, adult older. I'm sorry. When I realized my spirit guide, when I realized I was never listening to that voice that telling me, don't date him. That just recently happened about 10 years ago. And when I realized, oh my God, is that the voice I'm supposed to listen to? Tap into that, when they call it woman intuition.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
And it could just be you, actually, because you were raised. You were raised with the man who was great.
He was. I love him. He was a good dad. Yeah. I wasn't about to say a great husband, but he's a good dad.
He's a good dad. Right. Oh, yeah. So I mean, we learn patterns from our parents.
Yes.
We learn how to be women from our moms.
Yes. I'm gonna walk around my house because the guys are back. Yes. So oops. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
And what happened to the video? Hold on one second. There you are. Yeah. It affected me choosing the people I had in my life. I dated a lot of bad boys. I thought that was the thing to do.
Where you learn that from?
I don't know. That was just a natural DNA. Oh, the lights are. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, they got enough light. I don't know, because I when I learned about my dad, I was like, did I? Is that just natural for me? Uh, am I my? Am I really? I am Walter's daughter, right? The way how I dated, didn't know the man. A lot of things. I think that I probably just, you said habit. My mom didn't date that much, so I know my DNA part of dating didn't come from her.
No, it came from him because he was
Yeah,
a bad boy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I realized that, and it's like, wow.
He was a
When
bad boy.
I was
he,
just, yeah,
she said.
exactly.
So Nita asked, "Was dating bad boys being rebellious?"
No, no. I mean, people have a type, right? I
Yeah,
have a type.
too.
It's a type. It's not being rebellion. It's
Yeah,
just, I mean, you like them tall, and I mean, tall. Back in the day was what Jerry curls was in. Back in then the high school days.
yeah. So my flavor was light skinned Jerry curl with green eyes.
Hello, that was mine too, Jackie.
If you wouldn't look like El DeBarge and them, if you weren't part of the DeBarge family,
Right.
then I got a little older and I was like, I think I like them black. So in high school, I started liking them a little bit blacker. That's a
Right.
shame. I've been dating a long time. But in high school, I started to like them just a little bit blacker. But now I like them real black with a bald head.
Right now, I like them with a job, their own place,
with credit.
Right. They don't have to have a certain nothing. Just gotta have a job, your
Right.
own car, your own place. Because
Yeah.
you can't have no more babies. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You're good to me. You talk to me right. That's what you gotta have right now.
We say no babies, can't no little people.
No. But yeah, just be good to me and talk to me right.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm looking for. It's
Absolutely.
nothing spectacular anymore. No.
Absolutely. So what does the future look like for you? I know you said that you plan on having some reunions. You're definitely keeping in contact with your siblings. What else
Yes.
does the future look like for you?
With my family or for myself? I mean,
Both.
well, I dive in my job because I love what I do. I'm in a good position right now because last year was pretty dark for me, and meeting with my family, it brought me joy and hope. So I love what I do with my job, so that's one good thing. I love myself because I can say that, and nothing like loving yourself, girl.
Absolutely.
I take trips. I can go anywhere I want to go. I'm passport ready. And I am going to visit my sisters again. Hopefully they want to come and visit me. I interact with my older sister, Danya. We like to do things together. And I love hanging out with my grandbaby because that's my world. I love him so
Yeah.
much. I tattoo his name on my body. And
Oh, you love him.
yeah, right. He was my first tattoo. I
Yeah.
love doing things like that. I mean,
So you sound like you're about family. You love family.
oh yeah.
You
And I
love
love hanging out
family.
with my girls and doing activities. I mean, that's what I like to do. One day, God's gonna put a man in my life, but I don't concentrate on that. I concentrate on my money.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
own my own house. I just
Yeah.
this step by step.
Yeah. Are any of your siblings in the same state as you, or is everyone out of the state?
Everyone's out of state.
Okay.
I've come to find out that one of my siblings that passed away, her two daughters live in California. So I'm trying to get that information, so I can meet them.
Yeah.
And let them know I'm in
Do the other
California.
siblings all know each other?
Yes, we found it. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You just have some more that you got to meet.
Well, we think we might have two more siblings that live in Washington, but we don't know how to go by that to find them. Yeah, that's about it. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
you got your, who was it, Chris?
My Uncle Chris.
Uncle
Yeah.
Chris. Uncle Chris can probably find who you need found.
Right. He was
Uncle
good
Chris
about
can
that, girl.
find and the last 4-day social. Uncle Chris probably can handle that little part for you.
Exactly.
I
But
think he's
no,
on here too.
right. I mean, I'm human. I have my good days and bad days. I just have 2 pictures of my dad. Now I got a picture when he was younger, when he's older.
Yeah.
It's just, I gotta get over I miss that's, missing people, I can't see, but I'm gonna heal. It's just gonna take some time. I mean, I'm always gonna cry about it because I'm human. I'm
it's
not
a hole.
Yeah.
It's like a hole. It's a hole that you never can plug up, right?
Nope.
But you got to figure out how you can plug it up.
Right.
In order to plug that hole so you can keep moving successfully through life, and you're not crying all the time about it.
Right.
You can cry, but you only get so I give myself, and this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm feeling in some sort of way, I give myself permission to cry. I never used to cry. I was very like, I ain't crying, I'm just that person. Right. But now I cry all the damn time. Ever since I think about close to 50, I cry all the time. But I only give myself like a day. It depended on the situation. You get one day to just kind of be in that slump. But if it's if it's a small slump, I give myself an hour.
Okay.
Get 1 hour to get it. Just do you. Snot nose, cry, scream, yell, holla, do whatever the hell it is you're going to do. You get an hour. Then after that, you pick up your pieces and you move.
I have some days, something like that. My daughter come home. You okay? What's wrong? I said, I was in my feelings today. Then it goes away.
Yeah.
Then I'm okay.
Can't stay in them.
No.
You can acknowledge them. You can have them. You can acknowledge them. You can express them, but you can't stay in them. You can't live in those. You can't live in feelings. You can't live in them. Let's see. She said, let's see what Teresa said here. I always dated bad boys too, and I don't think it's rebellion, but I feel like it's more of a lack of self-worth.
Hello?
Hold on, Teresa. We're going to come back to you. Y'all be so proud I did this with no glasses on today.
Yes, are they done with that?
Usually I got to do all like this so I can see
so
what y'all talking about.
About 5 more minutes.
But I actually, it is a little bit clearer. Maybe I do need to leave them on for a little bit longer.
Girl, okay.
So, Teresa says, I always dated bad boys too, and I don't think it's a rebellion, but I feel like it's more of a lack of self-worth because typically bad boys don't treat women really well. That's just my thought.
Yeah, she right. Or it's a challenge because I have a mouth. I ain't gonna lie.
I like bad boys. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think for me, it's not a self-worth thing. I just like the action that comes with it. I've just always been like that as a kid. Now, trust and believe, I have shifted bad boy style. Like bad boys back in the day was bad. They was like
yes, back in the day.
They were bad.
Yes, they were.
The bad boys today that that it's just a just a little, just give you that little. I love that. Just that little. He ain't bad, but he bad.
Right.
He ain't breaking no law. Bad boys back in the day was breaking the law.
Side of the bad boy. Yes.
Yeah, but it's funny that she says that because my dad was a bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
He had, he was not a, dope dealer bad boy, not that kind. But my dad was gave my mama the blues, boo. He was just about that life. He was just the life of everything. So I get it, and I guess that's what I like too. I like that. Why you can't be quiet around me. I need somebody who turns up and acts wild and acts a fool like me. That's just what I need. So I get it, but and I can see how Teresa feels like bad boys can be a let me pull back up what she said. Lack of self-worth. Because sometimes we do date bad boys that are harmful. Now I ain't talking about woman beater.
Not
that kind of bad boy. So you can lack self-worth when you get them ones that kind of kill your self-esteem.
Not that type.
No, I just need them live ones like me. I like the ones that drink the 40 ounce too back in the day. You know,
Right.
we passing the 40, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Babe, what you got on our 40 today? You know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but what else does the future look like for you? We talked about family, we talked about your job, trips you want to take.
I'm
Anything
always gonna
else?
be doing that. That's gonna be my thing. Life is too short.
Yeah.
You see on the news or you just hear or such died. I'm gonna continue to take trips. Um, you're gonna see postings all the time on Facebook because it's just do it. I mean, no one's holding me down. My baby is 24 years old,
Yeah.
so I can do that. I don't got to feed nobody
Yeah.
young.
Is that your
So
self-care? Is that what you do for
yeah, but my
self-care?
self-care, yeah. Maybe retail shopping a little bit, probably sometimes. Now I got stacks of Nike shoes in my bedroom, but
Yeah.
yeah. Self-care is most definitely gonna do what Mimi wants to do. Yeah. And I can do it. If I want to
Awesome.
go, I put it in my time, tell my boss I like to take a trip between here and there. Or like I did for Hawaii, I worked from home from Hawaii. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm very thankful. Most
That's a
definitely.
blessing. That is a blessing.
So taking trips or, stay out of the retail shopping, but that's so much fun. If I could do it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah. You
But
know, as
watch what I do.
Mhm.
Take care of my house and be around my children most definitely.
Yeah. It's a blessing to be able to do that. It's so funny because I never saw like all that in my future. You know, I didn't see this age. I thought
Right.
this age was old when I was younger.
We all did.
But now that I'm here, I agree. Self-care to me is very important. Um, your story was very important. I'm so glad that you decided to come and share. Um, I understand that there's a lot of pain that came with secrets.
Right.
Um, and we all got them. We
Yeah.
all have
All families do.
maybe not that in depth as yours was with your mom. And really, to be honest with your mom, it really wasn't a secret because
Right.
because you knew that there was someone else. It's just that you didn't know where to go with it, and she was not helping you find it.
Yeah.
That was not for her. So it was a journey that you had to do all on your own. So it
Right.
wasn't necessarily a secret, but it was no assistance in fulfilling what you'd been seeking.
Right.
Um, and for whatever reason, it's her story. It's her experience that she had with your dad. And clearly was not well because she shut that down.
Right. She
She
blocked
was
it
like,
out. And I
she,
understand.
she shut that thing down. And she may be like that forever,
Yeah.
because she has moved past that. For her, it had moved past, regardless of what her daughter felt. I have moved past that.
Right.
And so, it's a difficult thing, and it's hard having conversations. I actually have a show coming up where we're talking with mama wounds. I think I was telling you about mama wounds, where
Right.
a lot of people feel that we have traumas based off our daddies, because they always blame it. The girl is like this because of her daddy, but oftentimes we're like this because of our mothers. And
Right.
we act like our mothers because that's what all we know. So some of the things that our mothers have taught us are harmful, even though they was just doing their best and we doing our best, even with our own children. That's another show that we're going to have on pretty soon.
Right. Okay.
But
Make sure I will watch that one.
yeah, I think it would be. I think a lot of women got a lot of mama wounds that they would love to share and try to help other people. So all of you that are watching, if you haven't already, if you can do me a favor and hit that like button, I would so appreciate that. Let's see. Also, if you can subscribe, like, and share, I would appreciate that too. The purpose of my show, Mimi, is it's called Mission for Mental Health. I don't have to reshare my story that has happened to me and why I started this show, but For those that don't know, I started this show because I feel that we do not talk about mental health enough in our community. I think this is something that no one should be ashamed of. We all have stories. We all have things that have impacted our lives in one way or another. I bring people on that look like all of us out here in the world who can share things that have affected their mental health in some capacity and what they're doing to move forward. As you all have seen, those of you that don't know Mimi, y'all got to meet Mimi today. And she had a story that she shared on her own Facebook that I ear hustled about wanting and longing and desiring to meet her father and her siblings, and how hurtful it was that she didn't get a chance to meet her father, but God found a way to bring her to her aunt and her siblings that are still here. They got a whole future that they can have together. It's God's timing. It's God's timing. There's a possibility that if you were to have met your father when you wanted to meet your father, you would feel the same way your mother feels.
Possible. Yep.
So it's God's timing, right?
Yeah.
Everything is in his timing. But that is the purpose of my show. My show is to allow people to come on and share so other people can see how they maneuver through certain situations that impact your life. Girl, I appreciate you so much for giving me an opportunity to share your story. If you know anybody, or if you yourself would like to be a guest on my show, please reach out to me. You can hit me up on all of my social media platforms, Mission for Mental Health. We go live Wednesday nights at 8:00. I'm going to learn how to stream on this Instagram before this thing is over with. But we are eventually going to stream on this Instagram. So we are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. You can always come back and listen to it on Anchor FM. But please hit me up on all my social media platforms. You can find my phone number there. Jackie Robinson, that's my name. Mission for Mental Health is how you can follow me, reach out to me. If you don't mind, please subscribe, like, and share. The only way I can grow this platform is with your guys' help. I can't do it by myself. I really want this thing to grow and be big because I want our community, not just our community, because I don't just target, our community. I target everybody because everybody got a story, right? Yeah. But it looks like right now most of my community is the one watching. So yes. So if you know somebody, if you would like to be on the show, please let me know. Subscribe, like, and share. Those are the housekeeping rules. Let me make sure we don't have any more comments. Let me check before we go. We have a heart from Aday. I love me some Aday. Aday is a special lady in our lives, boy. She comes over here and takes care of my mama. And Nita said, "You are so blessed, Mimi." Y'all give her some hand claps and y'all show her some love. That she was able to come on here and share through her tears. I knew she was gonna cry. I knew it. I knew when I talked to her on the phone, she was gonna cry. Yeah. I knew it was coming.
Still emotional about it. Yeah.
Give her some hearts and show her some love for coming on here and sharing what's going on in her family. This is current. This is real. This stuff is real, y'all. It's real. So, yes. Mimi, I'm gonna ask you to just hold on for me. Don't leave. I'm gonna close out the show. And y'all, I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna see you guys next Wednesday at 8:00, and I will talk to y'all later.
Thank you.